What's going on, everyone? So no LeBron James for the game against the Golden State Warriors, and the Lakers absolutely have to get this win. I would like LeBron James to play this game against the Warriors. We'll see if he plays against the Spurs. I would imagine he does. But the Lakers beat the Warriors. Maybe he sits that game out too. We'll see. Time will tell. We'll know within like 24 hours or so. But Lakers got to get this win against the Warriors. They are a game and a half ahead of the Warriors, sitting at the 9 seed. If the Warriors win, now we're only half a game ahead. That's not good. Lakers need to handle business. Beat the Warriors. Both teams are 6 out of the last 7. Both teams have played very good basketball lately. Both teams are incredibly hot. And now the Lakers are without one of, if not their best player, and LeBron James. It's a big game, big opportunity, big moment for D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and Austin Reeves. Did a video earlier on Rui Hachimura specifically, so go check out that video. That's why you don't see him on screen right now. So for those that are like, how could you not mention Rui? Well, 1, I just did, but 2, I made an entire video dedicated just to Rui. I was actually going to combine them into this video, but I thought Rui really deserved his own video because he's been so good lately. So go check out that video if you haven't. But sticking with the guards, right? Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Both of these guys have been absolutely spectacular, especially the last 10 games. D'Lo, the last 2 months, has been very good. Austin Reeves has really picked it up the last 10 games, has been much more efficient, much more effective. Both of these guys over the last 10 games are averaging around 20 points per game. D'Lo is at 20.5. Austin Reeves is at about 19.5. They're both shooting just a hair under 50% from the floor, and both are shooting just a hair under 42% from 3. That is huge. That is the backcourt that we envisioned, right? Efficient, effective, both can make plays, both giving you 6+ assists a game, both guys giving you, 3 to 4 rebounds a game, both guys shooting 40+% from 3-point range, both guys giving you around, 15 to 20 points. Perfect. That's what we need. And without LeBron James, we're going to need them even further. We're going to need them to really step it up. Now, they've done an excellent job in that regard, right? Even last game, I was very impressed with D'Angelo Russell, right? Because he has been incredibly high. He's been averaging 25 a game over the last 20 games or so. Basically the last 2 months. He's been averaging hefty. All right, you had that stretch where he's getting you 28 to 30. He had 6 straight games or whatever where he got you at least 28. So he has been on fire in fuego, right? But he noticed very early on that, oh, Rui is killing it, right? I mean, he went and dropped 36. Anthony Davis is dominating. Austin Reeves is cooking, right? All these guys are out here just really taking over. So instead of me taking away from them, and instead of me trying to go get my 25 or go get my 20, let me just go set a career high in assists and drop 17 assists. And it wasn't like he shot bad. Right? It wasn't like he was shooting. It was just an off shooting night. So it was well, yeah, of course. No, he shot 50% from the field on 4 of 8 from the field. Right? He just recognized, hey, I can torch these guys making plays. And he did. Put on an absolute clinic. It's one of the things that I love about D'Lo is even when his shot isn't falling, he finds other ways to impact the game. And that's important. Right? Austin Reeves. Again, we need him to be assertive, be aggressive. Right? He's been much more confident in his shot, right? There's stretches where this season where it looked like he just lost, he had zero confidence in his shooting. And that's kind of picked back. I mean, it helps when you're shooting 42% from 3, especially when you have games where you're 6 or 7 and stuff like that. But, we need Austin Reeves to be Austin Reeves that we know he's capable of being. And look, this was the time last year that he did this. Right? This time last season, Austin Reeves just was awakened and became the Austin Reeves we know and love. So I'm expecting him to continue that. And look, he's right on cue, looking like the old Austin Reeves. Well, now you don't have LeBron James. We need Austin Reeves to really pick it up. But this video is about Spencer Dinwiddie. And as you can tell by the title, this to me is a great game to really get established, right? Now, I wanted him to be a little more aggressive in that Utah game. I did. And it's not like he was bad or anything. I mean, he had 10 points and 4 assists in that game, but he still was just kind of hanging around, right? He was just kind of floating out there. He was kind of just like, just kind of out there in many ways. It was only his second game with the team, which is fully understandable, fully expected, right? Well, now, at least this is my hope. 2 games in, didn't have a lot of time to really learn and get comfortable and have the better understanding of the team, right? The chemistry and just kind of learning the plays and all that stuff. Well, now he's had almost 2 weeks because of the All-Star break, which I thought would be very beneficial to him, which I thought would be very impactful for him because it gave him time to hopefully watch film and keep an eye on just how are things, how are the Lakers systems here? What do the Lakers demand of me? Where do I need to be? How do I need to do things? And I think Spencer Dinwiddie, period, is going to have a huge impact on this Lakers roster. Huge. Because he gives us something, he gives us really 2 things we haven't had all season long. One, that clear-cut 6th man. That guy is clearly one of the top 5 or 6 players on the team, and he is our 6th man coming off the bench. And a real playmaker off the bench. We need that. This is a guy that, against Detroit, dropped 7 assists in his very first game with no chemistry and no real feel or understanding with this roster. And then followed that up with another 4 assists and was a little more aggressive on the offensive side. But look, you don't have LeBron James this game. D'Lo is going to need some rest. This is a good opportunity for Spencer Dinwiddie, and I hope Darvin Ham tells him, go. Just go. Play your game. Go out there. Do what we know you can do. Pick and choose your spots. You want to be aggressive? Go be aggressive. You want to make plays? Go make plays. If I was Darvin Ham, I would challenge Spencer Dinwiddie to go get me a double-double tonight. Seriously, I would challenge Spencer Dinwiddie. I need you to go give me 20 and 10. Right? Don't get carried. You obviously you don't want him just jacking stuff up and he's 2 of 20 and it's I'm trying to get to 20 like you said, but he's an NBA player. He knows and understands what the challenge is. I just want to clarify for some people that are oh, well, what if you said come on. But I would go to Spencer Dinwiddie and I'd be like, hey, I challenge you to go give us a 20-10 game off the bench. Go do that. Go be that guy. Be aggressive, be assertive, make plays. We don't got LeBron James, so we need the playmaking. We need the scoring. We need the rebounding. Can you even get me a trip dub? Can you do that? Go get me something, right? And, let's say he goes and gives you 15 and 8, right? Perfect. That's great. That's going to help us win. He doesn't have to go get 20-10, but I would challenge him to it. Call his number, tell him, hey, dude, we don't have LeBron James. We're playing the Warriors. And you're a guy that has the size, the speed, the athleticism to make things difficult for this Warriors team. Right? They don't have guys off the bench that can really deal with you. And on top of that, even their starters, is Clay checking Spencer Dinwiddie if Spencer Dinwiddie decides to be aggressive and go off? No. Right? Is Steph Curry checking Spencer Dinwiddie? No. Right? That's our advantage. And we've seen how good our guards can be against the Warriors because they don't really have those great defensive guards right now and guys that can just stop our guys. And a lot of them are just smaller. The beauty of our guards is D'Lo is 6'3", 6'4". Austin Reeves is 6'5". Spencer Dinwiddie's 6'6", 6'5", 6'6". So it's great to have those sizable guys that can come in and play the guard position. These 3 guys, I believe, can be incredibly impactful for this Lakers team. These 3, there is a genuine argument that our closing 5 should be D'Lo, Reeves, Spencer Dinwiddie, LeBron, and AD. Right? There is a real argument that many people have made, many great Rajon Rondo did a whole thing talking about how that should be the closing 5. with that skill, with the skill set of those guards, right? I mean, and you're talking about a guy that has one of the highest IQs ever. People think he would be one of the best coaches in the league, and Laker Nation loves him, right? Because, I mean, he helped us win a championship. People love him. People still want Rondo on this team, right? And he believes that, like, that should be the closing five. And I've talked about that being the closing five. I mean, I'm not saying my IQ, I'm not trying to compare myself to Rondo, but I'm just saying, like, many people have talked about, like, hey, like, these three with LeBron and AD is a pretty formidable unit. Darvin Ham wants that to happen. He's even talked about potentially closing with that. So I really genuinely believe that these three guys have just so much opportunity to be impactful. And I do believe that we can win games without LeBron James. And I do think that this is a real game to kind of unlock Dinwiddie a little bit. Give him the green light, right? Darvin Ham is, taking credit for Rui and D'Lo's emergence and said, both times that, like, hey, I just gave him the green light and I told him to go be aggressive and do their thing. Play your game. Okay, well then do the same thing to Spencer Dinwiddie. That's why you brought him in. And it just so happens that the type of game that he plays, the Lakers need, especially off the bench. Especially off the bench. So let this man go out there and hoop. Put him in position. Let him go out there. Right? Spencer Dinwiddie, as he gets more comfortable, he's only going to be better for the Lakers. Right? He's only going to do more for the Lakers. Like, I genuinely believe that this guy is like, we're going to look back at the end of this season and be like, man, he was great, wasn't he? Because I just think he really has that level of impact. I'm not saying that Spencer Dinwiddie all of a sudden makes the Lakers the best team in the league, but I definitely think he makes them much better. Because a big issue the Lakers have had all season long is, like, when D'Lo or LeBron go to the bench, who's there to help offset that? Austin Reeves has kind of played that role, but the problem is he's not very comfortable in that role at times. He still struggles with ball pressure. Usually when he's making, and he's best at making his plays, is when he's making, the secondary pass where he has that other playmaker and he's just kind of keeping the ball moving, getting the swing, right? Like, that's where he's most effective. He can find the occasional cutter, but he's best at, like, getting the open man and keeping the ball moving, right? And so I think now that you can go and rest D'Lo, LeBron can go and sit out. And it's like, okay, well, now what do we do? Well, now you got Spencer Dinwiddie and you unleash him and you just let him go to town on everybody. And you let the beast just be the beast, right? And you just let him go and dominate the game of basketball. Play the way that you know he is capable of playing. That's what I think. And I really do believe that Spencer Dinwiddie is going to have a huge impact on this roster, on the bench, the starters, you name it. And I'm excited. This is a real opportunity for Spencer Dinwiddie, in my opinion. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you feel the same way? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Or are you somewhere in between? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.